What do you make of it? I mean, is this something where they could fix the price of another country's oil? Is that something that could work?
No, it doesn't work. I mean, it's just a kind of a suggestion that was thrown out there. Let's cap the amount of revenue that Russia is getting. Remember, the ruble is now much higher than it was before the conflict, and quite frankly, they're making a third more in terms of revenues, while literally exporting less oil. So at this juncture, this is an attempt to kind of stir the pot, but the rest of the Europeans are concerned by saying we'll only pay so much for gas. Russia will just simply cut them off, and that would be very, very, very difficult for a number of nations.
But wouldn't Russia be cutting its nose to spite its face then if it cuts off supplies of oil and gas to its customers? It won't be getting any income.
Well, quite frankly, Europe is not the main source of income anymore. They have diversified. India, Sri Lanka, China, other places, Indonesia, their oil is going all over the world. I mean, you have to think of oil as fairly fungible. If I don't buy it from here, somebody buys it from there. There's a certain amount of demand. And the question is, what is the supply? And at this point, there's a shortage in the supply because Russia was providing 30% of the world's energy. So at this point, it's both sides are trying to figure out how they can put the other side at disadvantage. You heard about, from your other guests about war. The fact is that Ukraine is unmatched in terms of Russia. But the question long term is, can Russia hold a large area of Ukraine that is hostile to it? There could be a lot of consequences there in terms of trying to, create a force that keeps this massive line of contention between what would be basically two countries. So, I mean, instead of looking at this in terms of, how you can prolong the war or making kind of victorious statements about, the valiant Ukrainians, the terrible Russians, the issue is that you have people who are dying. And when is that going to stop? At some point, there has to be negotiations. The question is when.